None of it was just due to the fact that she seems like a rather shitty person.
Blake Lively just torched her own career, and Megyn Kelly didn't hesitate to call her out. Was she really a victim or just another Hollywood manipulator who finally got exposed? Well, with lawsuits piling up, A-list friends backing away, and her sweetheart image in flames, the truth is hitting hard.
So she's a serial fraudster. That's called fraud.
Megyn Kelly came straight for Blake Lively, calling her a serial fraudster and saying that she'd ruined her own brand. Now, that's not a light accusation, especially coming from somebody with Kelly's background in media and legal analysis. But Kelly wasn't just making noise, she was making a point.
She does appear like an Amber Heard to me. I have yet to see one of her complaints borne out. In fact, all of the ones I've seen have been undermined by his hardcore proof in text messaging and so on that
she compared Lively to Amber Heard, which, let's be real, is not a comparison anybody in Hollywood really wants. Heard's name is now kind of shorthand for making serious allegations without solid proof, and Kelly was making it clear she sees the exact same playbook here. She called out Lively's tactics, saying that she was weaponizing accusations for power and, in the process, making it harder for real victims to be believed. Kelly also hit on something bigger. This isn't just about one Hollywood feud. It's about how false allegations can backfire and create doubt around real cases of misconduct. She was blunt. Lively's actions weren't just hurting Baldoni. They were damaging the credibility of actual victims who already struggle to be taken seriously. The impact of Kelly's words was huge. The moment she called out the inconsistencies in Lively's story, the internet took notice. The conversation shifted. People who initially backed Lively started asking questions, because when Megyn Kelly puts you on blast, people start to listen. But Kelly didn't stop there. She had evidence, and that's where things get even worse for Lively. The leaked on-set video changed everything.
I think this person's drinking ours.
You can butt in if you want.
Yeah.
Now, this was supposed to be proof of Lively's claims against Baldoni, but instead it did the exact opposite. The footage showed them interacting with two professionals on set. Nothing more, nothing less. No tension, no inappropriate behavior, no harassment, just a typical behind-the-scenes moment.
Time and time again, she accuses him of doing something, which then when you hear the full context, is an absolute nothing burger. She accused his producing partner.
And that's exactly what Megyn Kelly pointed out. She shut down Lively's claims, calling the video a nothing burger. In other words, a whole lot of drama over nothing. If anything, the clip made Lively's allegations look even weaker, raising serious questions about what exactly she was trying to pull here. Now, Kelly didn't sugarcoat it. She flat out said that this footage discredited Lively's lawsuit and made it clear that public sympathy was shifting fast. And it wasn't just Kelly who saw the issue. People online started turning on Lively too. Even some of her biggest defenders had to admit this video didn't back up her story at all. Instead, it made her look like she was grasping at straws. Now, some people even said the lawsuit should be thrown out completely. But the leaked footage was just the beginning. The real problem was that this wasn't the first time Lively had been accused of manipulating people to get her own way.
No one contracted with you to do that here. And that's another allegation, Holmes, is that she started to rewrite scenes that nobody had asked her to rewrite.
Reporters say she rewrote scenes, edited the final cut, and pushed Baldoni out of his own project. Now that is seriously wild, considering that Baldoni was the director and producer who got the rights to the movie in the first place. And yet somehow Lively manipulated her way into control and made sure her version of the film was the one that got released.
And in her interview, she admitted to trying to poison the cast of Gossip Girl, which is where she made her name, against her co-star Penn Badgley, who played her love interest.
Here's the thing, this isn't new behavior. Lively has a history of turning people against each other to get her way. Back in 2009, during Gossip Girl, she openly admitted to poisoning the entire cast against Penn Badgley just because she was mad that he got hired. Who does that? It wasn't because of anything that he did. It was just because she didn't want him there. Then there's a simple favor. A crew member allegedly quit Hollywood altogether after working with her. Just imagine being so hard to work with that somebody decides they're done with the entire industry. At this point, it's looking less like a coincidence and more like a pattern. Lively gets what she wants by manipulating the people around her, but Baldoni wasn't going to let her ruin him without a fight. So he hit back with a $400 million defamation lawsuit that could destroy everything that she's built. He claims that Lively deliberately tried to destroy his career and used false allegations to push him out of the industry. This wasn't just about clearing his name, this was about sending a message. If you try to ruin somebody with baseless claims, you better be ready for the consequences.
And you know that Blake and Ryan have turned on the no-name Justin Baldoni. Who are you going to follow? You know, these are weak, feckless people out in Hollywood. They have no spine.
But here's where things took a turn. Ryan Reynolds got dragged into it too. Lively's husband, one of Hollywood's most bankable stars, is now facing legal issues of his own. Baldoni's team claims Reynolds used his industry influence to silence critics and control the media narrative in favor of Lively. Now, that means that this isn't just Blake's mess anymore, it's a full-blown legal disaster for their entire brand. Oh, and it didn't stop there. Baldoni also filed a $250 million lawsuit against the New York Times, accusing them of publishing one-sided, biased coverage that blindly supported Lively without checking the facts. He's making it clear the media played a role in this too. The legal stakes couldn't be higher, but what really sealed Lively's fate was Hollywood itself turning its back on her.
Now, she and Taylor are reportedly on the outs because Taylor Swift is like, I'm nobody's dragon.
Take Taylor Swift, for example. She and Lively have been close for years, practically inseparable. But now, radio silence. No Instagram posts, no supportive statements, nothing. And in Taylor Swift's world, silence speaks volumes. Now, word is, she's distancing herself to protect her own brand. It's not a good look to be tied to somebody drowning in lawsuits and controversy. Then there's Ari Emanuel, the CEO of WME and one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. His job? Protecting his top clients, and that includes Lively and Reynolds. The second things got messy, he dropped Baldoni without hesitation. No questions asked, no investigation, just straight up chose profits over truth. Now, it's a classic Hollywood move. Protect the people who make you money, throw everybody else under the bus. But not everybody's playing along. Candace Owens isn't buying it. She went off calling out Hollywood's hypocrisy and saying that this is just another case of elites covering for each other. She straight up called it a power move gone wrong. But Blake and Ryan are not going down without a fight. Right on cue, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds suddenly became the most charitable people in Hollywood. The moment that lawsuits and backlash started piling up, they began donating millions to various causes. It's a tried and true and classic damage control strategy. When your reputation is in free fall, throw money at charities and hope people forget what you did. This isn't some selfless act of generosity. It's a carefully planned PR move to shift the headlines. Instead of reading about legal battles and manipulative tactics, now the media is praising them for their big hearts. Now, they've done this before. Every time there's bad news, a new $1 million donation magically appears. And for years it worked. People saw the feel-good stories, shared them on social media, and suddenly, whatever controversy they had faded into the background. But this time it's different. People aren't buying it. The backlash is too big, the lawsuit's too serious. Instead of being impressed, people are calling out the timing of these donations. The internet is seeing right through the distraction, and instead of cleaning up their image, it's making them look desperate. You can't just buy your way out of this level of bad press. No amount of charity donations is gonna erase the fact that Hollywood itself is turning against them. And that's when you know the fall from grace is real. And here's the bigger issue. Hollywood doesn't like liabilities. Studios aren't in the business of taking risks on actors who bring controversy instead of box office success. Netflix is already rumored to be rethinking upcoming projects with her. And if that hesitation spreads, she could find herself blacklisted. Hollywood is all about connections and reputation. And if she's been so toxic, those job offers are gonna dry up real fast.